Okay, here's your bonus video about kids and healthy eating. And I also decided to add in another bonus video about how to find good recipes to make whole food plant-based main dishes. So watch that video too, if you're interested. Okay, so kids and healthy eating. Oh! This has been really frustrating for me. And I finally learned how to do it. So here are 5 principles for getting kids to eat healthy. Okay, number 1, think long term. Don't stress out about today or this meal. You gotta eat this meal, you gotta eat this vegetable, you gotta eat this smoothie. Okay, that doesn't work. It stresses you out, it stresses them out. So you gotta think long term. Because if you keep offering it and you keep providing it and you keep modeling healthy eating, they're gonna follow suit, I promise you. I was blessed with the pickiest eaters on the planet, and I'll tell you more about that later. But so think long term, because in the end, what you really want are healthy people who make wise, healthy choices and eat as far as they're eating in other areas of life too, but eating is really important. The largest study on health and risk factors that affect disability, death, and disease, the number 1 cause of disease is diet. More than smoking, more than anything else. It's diet. So you're doing such a wonderful thing by teaching them and helping them eat healthy. They'll thank you for it for years, because they'll live longer, right? Okay, so think long term. Don't be stressed out about today and right now, okay? Just take a chill pill. They don't want to eat it. It's okay. Just move on. You don't want them to have bad memories and bad associations and unpleasant associations with food, especially healthy food. Okay, principle number 2 is model good nutrition. If you're eating healthy, they will too. If not now, then later. Okay? So often I'll be like munching on some vegetables or some fruit, and my kids will come over and be like, that looks good. And they'll want some. So there you go. You give it to them. And when you're eating a huge salad for dinner, then they'll see, oh, mom and dad are doing it. Okay, I'm going to do that too. It'll take time. And you know what? Something fun that I love to do is actually use reverse psychology. So I'll be drinking my smoothie, or I'll be eating some fruit, and they'll come over and want some, especially my toddler. And I'll be like, no, it's mine. And then that'll make them want it even more. And I'll be like, no. And then they'll want it. And then finally I'll concede and I'll give it to them. And when they take it and they put it in their mouth, I'll put a little in my mouth and I'll be like, oh, it's so good. And then they'll be like, yeah, it is good. So good modeling is key. Okay, and number 3, the 3rd principle is to keep offering. It actually takes 15 to 17 times of trying a new food before you actually like it. So just keep offering, just keep providing, just keep putting it on the table before them. In our house, the rule is if they're like, I don't want that, yeah, then I'll just say, you don't have to like it, but you do have to taste it. And I require 2 polite bites of each food. It's just the rule. You just deal with it. I actually learned that from my mom. Okay, number 4 is educate about why they need to eat healthy. And educate about what is healthy. How do you expect them to want to or even know how to if you don't tell them? Okay, so this book is really great for teaching children about nutrition. The Adventures of Junk Food Dude. My kids love this book, and after reading this, they are so motivated to eat healthy. So read stories to them. There's lots more than just this one, but find them, read them. They'll be more motivated, and they'll start making healthy choices on their own. My little 5-year-old, he asked me if I forget to dish him up salad, he'll be like, Mom, I need my salad. So I'll put it on. Or like if, he's offered a treat, he'll naturally turn it down because he knows. It's amazing that a 5-year-old will do that, but it's education. It's powerful. Okay, the 5th principle is to change their environment. If they see junk food around the house, they're gonna want it. But if they see fruits and nuts, that's what they'll eat, that's what they'll want. I love to go in the pantry and sneak a handful of nuts here and there throughout the day because that's my power snack food. I love it. And the other day, I caught my little toddler. He had found a little stool. He climbed up and he had taken the lid off the container and he was stuffing nuts in his mouth. It was the cutest thing. See, this is the modeling, right? But also, it was right there where he could get it. Okay, so those are my 5 principles. And here's some other tips and tricks that I've done. So here they are. Start small. So what I mean by that is when you start feeding them salad, just put a little bit on. Just give them a little cup of smoothie or just a little bit of the main dish, and then that way it won't overwhelm them. Okay, and also if you kind of have to sell healthy food sometimes. You've got to sell it, right? So like with the green smoothies, I started my oldest on green smoothies when he was 2, and I just made a smoothie that had lots of fruit, had lots of juice, and just a little bit of spinach, because spinach it doesn't have a strong flavor. So also with soups that have tons of vegetables and beans in, I'll sprinkle cheese on it. Or I really wanted them to start eating a bean burrito for lunch because they need more beans. And that's what we're working on right now. And so I made a bean burrito and I put tons of cheese on. And they're like, oh, Mom, I actually like this. My oldest, he told me he liked it. And he was surprised. He was even saying that. He told me so. And when I first wanted my kids to eat whole grains, my oldest son, William, he has sensory processing problems. So he would eat food, he couldn't handle textures. So he only ate milk and crackers for like the first 3 years of his life. And I just was getting so sick of it. So the first thing I tried was, okay, I'm gonna make oatmeal. I'm gonna make oatmeal for this kid. And I put like 3 huge scoops of brown sugar, and he loved it. And then he decided he loved oatmeal and he wanted to eat it every morning. And then I tried whole wheat pancakes and I put tons of syrup. So I sold it, and now I've gradually pulled back on the cheese, I've pulled back on the sugar, I pulled back on the syrup, and now they don't have as much on there and they're fine with it, right? So sell it, and then it'll help them decide that they like it, and then ease up on the bad stuff. Okay, and then this has been really, really helpful for me for a peaceful dinner. Okay, I put a nice, yummy bread side along with apple juice. So if it's like a pasta dish we're having, or a soup, then I put bread. If it's Mexican, I put tortilla chips. If it's Indian, I put naan. A yummy bread, hearty food on the table, and then apple juice. And the kids, they take their polite bites of the food, and then they just fill up on bread and apple juice, and I don't have to cook anything else. And it saved my life. I'm so glad I came up with this. But so at first that's literally all they ate, was the bread and the apple juice and their 2 polite bites. Now they eat their whole plate of their main dish, and they eat their whole salad, and then they eat their bread and apple juice. And it's taken years, but we've gotten here, and I'm so happy. And if my kids can do it, so can yours. Okay, so a lot of times I've used bribes, but so I'll say, you guys finish your food and finish it in 20 minutes, because you know, kids, when they don't like food, they'll like sit there for hours. But I'll say, finish it in 20 minutes and then we'll have dessert. And it's more, and I try to present it in a way where it's not like, dessert is the thing you want. It's more like, first you eat your main dish, then you eat your salad, then you eat your dessert. And that's the order of things. And if you stop in that order, then you stop, you don't get the rest. So use bribes like desserts. I'll also say, okay guys, eat your food, eat all of it, eat it within 20 minutes, and then we'll watch a show together as a family. And they'll be all excited and they'll hurry, because movies are really, really motivating for them. Well, not movies, because there's not enough time to watch a full movie after dinner, but like, you know, the episodes of the things that they like. Also with like smoothies, I'll give them their smoothie and I'll put them in the stroller and they're there and they have nothing to do but drink it. Or if they're not drinking their smoothie during the day and I can't go on a walk, or like my oldest, he doesn't fit in the stroller anymore, I'll say, okay, drink your smoothie while you're watching the show, and if you finish the whole thing, then you can maybe watch another one or something, you know? So get them, because kids don't really hold still long enough sometimes to eat smoothies or healthy food. So anyways, those are some of my tips. I hope they're helpful, and I hope that you don't get discouraged and that you keep going and keep pushing and just love your kids enough to do this for them. Okay? Love you guys. Bye.